After grinding for like 2 days, I finally got all the gem towers, of which was not cheap at all. I won't do that again, and it will lead up to me beating VOIDCORE. But I still needed a tower to beat VOIDCORE, the sabetour. Since I haven't beaten Polluted Wasteland, my mission was clear. I had to beat Polluted Wasteland with randoms, because my friends were doing something else. I hope it went end up like last video. Before we continue, I gotta unfortunately tell you that most of the recordings had to be muted because my chat has forgot to stop the playlist before recording. I joined the game of Polluted Wasteland and I used the newest tower, the operator for this challenge, since I thought it was going to be a good idea to bring him here over using engineer. I started off placing my operators, of which barely made out some waves, but we ended up losing at wave 5. Not again. We did try again, but for some reason TDS updated in the middle of the game. I have tried many other rounds, but most of them pretty much failed. That's gonna be the last time ever you are going to see operator. I did eventually got into a winning lobby, but like, I don't know what I have to say about it. That means I get to use sabetour for void. Capitalist, still searching for more playtime hours. Whatever. In the end, I was able to buy the sabetour. Remember when I said that I beat hardcore on the last video? Probably not. But I lied. I never beat hardcore. You could say that I have to do a journey to beating VOIDCORE. This time I have invited my friend KETCHUP in a duo hardcore, since I didn't wanna waste my time on doing anything with randoms. After selecting the map, I quickly placed down cowboys since we were following a strat. Mine was simpler, since all I had to do in the early game was placing 20 cowboys and upgrade them to level 4. With this very simple strat, we should be able to win this nonetheless, since my friend was gonna get engineers who... And we still ended up failing. And I don't even wanna mention the times I checked the strategy over the simplest things to do. The issue was that my ball didn't have max enhanced optics, of which was needed. Everyone can make mistakes. This time we're sure. Alright, the real issue is that you clearly needed a max eco skill tree, since my friend was struggling upgrading engineers. So we ended up switching roles. Now I get to play another role, as you can see. Well, now, let's begin again. I placed down farms this time, in a weird process of which I admit was pretty weird. I placed down some engineers and hence, repeat, that process until I leveled up my farms and then upgraded my engineers to defeat the boss in wave 19. And that was it really. That was the only challenge that we struggled on. I could type up the other bosses we faced, but what is the worth if you know these bosses as well? On a side note, I hope you're enjoying the video. Sorry if it took long for whoever commented on my last video, but I used my time to actually improve on my content. As you can see in the video compared to the last one. If you enjoy my content, you can like and subscribe, which helps me out a lot. And you can comment of any games you want me to play on. We finally got to wave 45, and here I realized something new. The boss has an ability to permanently stand in towers, which was news to me, but it wasn't that bad. The boss gone far, but we defeated him with ease. Now, all we have to do, the topic of the video, is to beat VOIDCORE now. At VOIDCORE on a duo is very hard, so we decided to invite people from the server to beat VOIDCORE, of which sounded like a smart choice. I ended up using another strat since I didn't have the brain capacity to make a strategy myself. This time I chose the hardest player because I wanted to. When I joined the game, I had to quickly place farms to get sabetour, since he is the only one capable of dealing with the early game. My teammates have placed down some towers as well, but I won't get into the depth of their strategy since I struggled with mine anyway, as you will see later. We lost because we forgot to skip necessary waves, so that we could get defense early. We did try again, and we were pretty successful. You know what's about to come. We lost again for some reason. I assume the dude that was with us also got tired of doing VOIDCORE, so he left us. We did partner up with someone else, but my recordings for some reason is gone. So we'll just skip to the special part. Introducing Owen. Owen is the reason why we won. He's my goat. We pretty much did the same things as I did last time you saw. We were doing this amazingly well, until I realized that I messed up the strategy big time. As soon as I mentioned that, we lost. Let's also not mention how I somehow misplaced sabetour for a farm the very next round. This time, however, we eventually did it. After almost losing at wave 49, we finally got to wave 15, a moment that we all waited, I assume. And now I'll leave you to watch the whole event unfold. Reddit does no justice. It's all thanks to my friends that make me beat VOIDCORE. I hope you enjoyed my content. Make sure to comment for any games you'd like to see me play. See you next time!